Number 5 marshalling position, Toomas Jatkonis.
Okay. He's in number 2.
Number 4, Paulius Paknis.
Ja,
Number 3, Ekedon Baat. Yep.
ja rajakohtunikud, palun
Number
vestid selga,
2.
palun vestid selga.
And number 1 is Czech.
Okay, now the drivers and mechanics are preparing. They're very much ready. Now we see the flag moving down. We see the flag moving down.
And we have
We
liftoff.
have the race start. One car is already stopped in the pits. Needs a restart for him. But we see Henrik Lineman taking the lead like last time, like in the semi-final as well. But let's hope that now this time the car will stay in one place.
Yep. So we have 45 minutes of nitro fuel racing.
And we see a Lithuanian driver, Domantas Sesiulis, falling back. He was in the second place, but now he's only
Now in the fifth place.
In fifth place, falling in many places, but still it's a 45-minute race. So a lot of action going to happen, a lot of place changes, a lot of pit stops.
Yeah.
So pit stop in about every 8 minutes, right?
Probably 7, 8 minutes. Depends. Some cars come in even sooner. So we'll see.
Like at least 6 pit stops.
Yep, 6 or 7
car.
pit stops, yes.
Maybe for some even 7 or even 8. So soon we are going to see the. Now only 1.5 minutes already raced. A few pairs are assembling. We see one car there with broken steering or something. No, it just stopped.
Yep, it has a
The
flame
engine
out.
stopped. The mechanic is now rushing to get the car. Because the track marshals are only allowed to put the cars back on the track or beside the track, and the mechanics have to run and bring the car themselves. No time, or you cannot leave the track empty. So anyway, Henrik Lineman is leading in front of Karl Kasekamp, 1.6 seconds in front. But the main battle seems to be happening between 7 and 3, Robin Ilus and Domantas Sesiulis.
Yeah, prominent Matas now coming off of the finish line.
So we have to see and watch the yellow car here. We have to watch the yellow car in the second hairpin corner currently.
Yellow car with yellow wheels in front of him.
He is closely following Robin Ilus.
In a white-orange car with white wheels.
And Domantas
flips
the car, rolled the car. Losing it to Robin Ilus and probably losing a few other places as well. So it would be interesting to see how much time he lost, because he was only 0.1 second behind Robin Ilus, but now how long? Oh, now the lead has extended to 9 seconds for Robin Ilus. We see quite a lot of the cars actually don't the engine stopping. Why is it happening? Do you know, Paul?
Yeah, different reasons. Some of it due to the tuning of the engine, some of it due to the flip-ups of the cars. It might just kill the engine during the jump or landing very hard.
Okay, so it's too rich or too lean?
It can be both ways.
So lean is faster usually, but rich is more safer?
Yeah. And it also depends the consumption, so you never know what the drivers are aiming for in the race. So,
but how often do you see engine breakage?
In my experience, I haven't seen any engines breaking on the track actually, but it can happen definitely. Mostly it's with the chassis damage.
I see.
Broken suspension arms or loose steering racks or something like that.
But of course, in this long race for 45 minutes, you can see also probably mechanics repairing these things.
Definitely, yeah. It's worth a while to take the time to repair because you have so much time to clean up. Yep. And as we saw in the previous races, if you have enough lead, it doesn't matter if you flame out, you can still win the race.
And currently we see Henrik Lineman doing a really good job in the first place. He is the one leading in front of Karl Kasekamp, 3.2 seconds in front. And Richard Lineman is on the third place and Robin Ilus fourth place. So 4 and 7, we have to look for 4 and 7 now. Richard Lineman and Robin Ilus.
So coming from the back corner, Robin in the white-orange car with white wheels.
So currently I think we are seeing now Richard Lineman and Robin Ilus, because this is the battle which is going on. See, a little bit more than 1 second is between these two cars.
Robin and Richard really pushing it hard, but they're coming up to them some traffic.
A lot of traffic there happening. We see Reimo Kost already being lapped a few times actually in the middle of this pack with the old school antenna.
Also Karl Christopher Kundla in the back over there.
A lot of action happening. But now we are 7 minutes in the race already. So soon, we are seeing the first pit stops happening. We are seeing the first pit stops happening. They are
Domantas,
very close together. Yeah, Domantas Zisiulis went into the pit and already out of the pit as well. And who was he there with? Now we see Janus Saare exiting the green car as well. So a lot of the first drivers have done their first pit stop as well.
Reimo Kosk in the pit lane.
Then we see driver number 12, Karl Christopher Kundla, being brought off the track. He is 6 laps behind leaders, so there must be something wrong with or a technical issue with him. For him. Now we saw Domantas rolling over, and Domantas has fallen to the 5th place, although at one moment he was already in the 2nd place. So not a great drive for him this far, and already making a lot of mistakes as well. On the jumps he's very unstable. Now we're seeing Domantas Zisiulis, who's, at least for me, seems quite unstable on the jumps. He's like falling on one side, landing on one side very often. Could it be that there's a suspension issue for him again or not?
Might be. It depends whether he worked on his car yesterday or no, how the shocks are working. But
it seems to me that he's always landing on the left side, and he has to correct on the flight during the air dive.
It might be intentional, might be not. Maybe it's the way he likes to drive.
Maybe, but looks really unstable.
The most important thing is to keep the tires on the ground and do fast laps.
True.
If that helps, then. But yeah, I can see from the reference from yesterday's qualifying rounds that cars are much more unstable on the track as yesterday. I think it's due to the loose dust on the track. And probably not too much technical maintenance on the cars. The shocks get they will compact and compress, and they don't work so good anymore. So.
And I also saw Henrik Lineman making a huge mistake while rolling over in the first place, but giving Karl Kasekamp a chance to close the lead a little bit. So they are only 3 seconds between them. So now we're going to follow the orange car of Karl Kasekamp, because he is just almost just a little bit more than 3 seconds behind the lead. Leader has done a few bad mistakes rolling over his car, and Karl Kasekamp has done really good driving, closing the gap a little bit. They are still not on the same straight, but Karl Kasekamp is doing a really good job with some closing a little bit to the lead. Oh no, it's now extended to 3.5 seconds.
Number 11.
Now we need to find 4 and 7, Richard Lineman and Robin Ilus, to see the battle for third place.
Robin coming off the finish line right now, going end of the straight.
And Robin Ilus actually took the place from Richard Lineman, so he is now third place.
So Robin and Richard going in the middle of the track.
Does it only seem to me, or we have lost a few cars? Yeah, it seems to me that there's only like 8 cars left on the track currently.
Yep, we have some flameouts. I'm not sure if you have any...
Yeah, we see in the pit that they are fixing a few cars.
Yep, Kuldar Ilus has come off. He's in the pit lane.
Yeah.
And it seems that Carl Christopher Gundla is also not running anymore.
Yeah, they are. Carl Christopher Gundla and Kuldar Ilus are already 12 laps behind leaders Henrik Lineman and Karl Kasekamp. Robin Ilus on the third place just with 19 laps. The leaders have already 20 laps. Now Robin Ilus is on the same lap with the leaders. Well, fortunately we saw one of the cars exiting the pit, who was just repaired.
Andreas Stelt came from the pit lane. So a bit more than 30 minutes to go of this race.
And now we see the battle, I think, it's between Reimo Kosk and was it Margus Hanvere currently?
Yep.
Yeah, Reimo Kosk just passed Margus Hanvere, but he was a second ago he was just in leading in front, but now Margus Hanvere has done a flip as well.
Margus also has a loose rear wing.
Margus Hanvere has a loose rear wing, correct? Exactly. So in the next lap probably he has to come to the pit, so it will give a mechanic a little bit time to fix the car. He stayed on the track, hopefully maybe because the mechanic will need some tools to prepare, and it would be better to stay on track and at least try to drive the car and not wait in the pit until the mechanic will find the correct tools. But you see that the car is landing very badly without the rear wing.
Yep, no downforce from the wing, and you can see the back end of the car really taking flight during the jumps. We'll see if he chooses to fix it in the pit lane or no. We have seen cars...
Is he coming in the pit or not? Yeah.
Yep,
he is coming in the pit. Probably the mechanic is ready with his stuff. Yeah, exactly. The mechanic just took the car. Now they're trying to fix the rear wing. See how long it will take. Might not be the easiest job.
So meanwhile, Karl has also done a pit stop.
Yeah, we see the girls fixing it for number 8, Margus Hanvere.
15 minutes of racing, and we still have 30 minutes to go, half an hour to go.
Yeah, and maybe we can look at the leader a little bit. Henrik Lineman is 7 seconds ahead of everybody else. So now we see the blue car of Henrik Lineman. He is in the lead, very big lead actually, 14 seconds in front of Karl Kasekamp. And Karl Kasekamp is 4.8 seconds in front of Robin Ilus. So I would say Henrik Lineman is in quite a comfortable place.
If he manages to keep the car intact, keep the engine running, do quick pit stops.
Yeah, and of course one of the main things is not to forget your pit stop, right?
Of course.
Sometimes it might happen, you forget it.
Or if you're pushing the times really on the limit, and you might not have enough fuel to come into the pits. But there's also the possibility of the pit mechanic to go collect the car from the track and refuel it, and if you have a
of course, but
comfortable lead, so.
But it's definitely like a half a minute lost.
Definitely, yeah, and they will.
One lap lost, basically.
And you also have to keep yourself cool in the driver's stand.
Not lose it, of course. It's very hard to see when you are up there and you don't see your mechanic running already. You want to yell, go, 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 but
Usually all the mistakes made are by the drivers or a collision with other cars, so.
Of course, you cannot blame the mechanics, but still, sometimes the adrenaline rush.
Of course, of course. And usually the mechanic closest to your car is the slowest on the track, so.
Of course. Exactly. Nobody's moving fast enough when you're in trouble, right?
Exactly. Ja, Robin Ilus tuleb boksi.
Robin Ilus, we see Robin Ilus coming in the pit. Brought into the pit by the mechanic. Something has happened with his car. And exactly the thing that the mechanic had to collect the car from the track. Now he's on the track again. But that's definitely like half a minute lost for him. So he has fallen into the 4th place, which gives the final podium spot for Domantas Sesiulis from Lithuania. So first is Henrik Lineman, second Karl Kasekamp, third Domantas Sesiulis. The scene, of course, a lot of action happening. Now we're also seeing one car being brought to the pit. It is number 12, Karl Christopher Kundla, who seems to have a lot of technical issues. He is already 19 laps behind the leader, Henrik Lineman. And we are currently seeing Henrik Lineman on the track, leading in a very comfortable place. 14 seconds lead. But of course, it's changing all the time. Karl Kasekamp sometimes is closing in, sometimes it's extending, sometimes closing in again. You never know. And everything might happen. We've seen a lot of technical issues already. We've seen a lot of... okay, now we see the leader coming into the pit. Henrik Lineman in the pit. Refueling. Small check. Yeah. Checking the engine. Screw. The lean, rich screw.
And you can see some different fueling methods by the pit mechanics. You have the ones with just the bottle to fill, and also like the pistol type filling system that is usually much faster.
And this pit stop gave Karl Kasekamp a chance to... Oh no, Karl Kasekamp had to go into pits as well, because the lead is now 19 seconds. Henrik Lineman is leading with 19 seconds in front of Karl Kasekamp. Of course, it seems that both of them actually went to the pits. No, Henrik Lineman and Karl Kasekamp only 5 seconds in between them. And Domantas Sesulis has closed the gap from around 1 minute or something like that to 39 seconds. So he's of course 1 lap behind, but closing in a little bit.
Robin Ilus has catched Domantas on the track. They're
but actually
on the
35
different
seconds behind, so 1 lap behind.
Yep, but Robin is pushing it really hard to get the lap back. So he has 25 minutes to do so. So Robin Ilus, car number 7, followed by
now
Domantas.
We saw Robin Ilus
mistake.
making a flip. We see Domantas Sesulis and Robin Ilus now. It's not a traditional fight, but because Robin Ilus is actually 1 lap behind Domantas Sesulis, but Robin Ilus has taken back the lap. Now he's polite, sportsmanship. They crashed when he was overtaking, taking his lap back, and now he was waiting for Domantas to get back on wheels so they could continue on.
Excellent drivemanship over there, yep.
Yes.
Very welcome to see.
Robin Ilus now taking back the lap, so let's see how much he can take back, because now Domantas went into the pit. Domantas is refueling. Refueling is like a 5-second loss now. Yep. And Robin Ilus has taken like half a lap or a little bit less back.
Karl is also coming into the pit there.
Yep, Karl Kasekamp, the second place driver, went in for refueling. Wow, I think, did you just see, rolling in front of Karl Kasekamp? Now we see the leader, Henrik Lineman, comfortably on the first place. Let's look at the orange car of Karl Kasekamp as well.
Karl now coming in the middle of the track, going up to the straightaway.
So now we see the orange car of Karl Kasekamp coming to the start-finish line, the first corner. 12 seconds behind Henrik Lineman.
We have 23 minutes left of this race. 12 seconds lead is basically nothing. So anything can happen in this race.
But we haven't seen any wishbones or shocks breaking this time yet. Mostly engine issues, cars just dying.
Yep, just having a flame out. I think the drivers are also conscious of knowing that it's a very long drive, so they try to keep their cars in one piece.
Now we actually have a battle between Reimo Kosk and Romet Virkus. Reimo Kosk with a flag, or not a flag, but an old school antenna on the back straight over the jumps. So there's actually a fight going on. They're in the same battle, same lap. There's like 1 second in between these two cars. There's a big battle going on.
Number 9 and number 10 car.
See Romet Virkus and Reimo Kosk. Just half a second difference between these two. There's a fun battle. This back marker flipping over, but giving good way for the faster drivers. Virkus and Kosk. Kosk just made a really wide corner, so lost a lot of time against Virkus.
Yep, Romet coming over the finish line.
But really pushing hard to get to the sixth place.
3 second cap.
Yeah, 3 seconds, it's almost nothing here. The drivers must be a little bit tired already. They're taking a huge concentration for 45 minutes in this kind of fast-paced race. A lot of noise here as well.
We're approaching the midway mark of this race. So
even passing the midway mark. Now it's 21 minutes left to drive. So around 40 laps more to go. To think about it, 40 more laps, it has a lot.
Yep, we'll probably see 80 plus lap final if everything is okay.
Now we see Romet Virkus and Reimo Kosk have just a second in between these two. And are they there together already?
Yep, Romet in the leading position and Reimo Kosk chasing.
Now we see Virkus and Kosk coming over the finish line. Just 0.3 seconds in between these two. Very equally capable drivers. Very much equal drivers with the same kind of speed. Both making the similar kind of mistakes, which aren't huge mistakes, but still slowing down, letting it wide, sometimes over the track markers. But now Reimo Kosk just flew over the track borders, which gave Romet Virkus a lot of good.
Yep, Reimo hitting a very nasty place in the track. Possible damage there, but managed to keep the car in one piece.
And there's actually, we had a big battle between Romet Virkus and Reimo Kosk, but now somehow Margus Hanvere has stepped in between these two guys.
And seems that Robin Ilus has stopped this race. He's off the driver's stand.
Something really bad has happened to his car, because he was in the 4th place, so really fast driver, really good pace, but somehow he's just went away, now falling to the 5th place and so on. So both guys with the same family name, Kuldar Ilus and Robin Ilus, have unfortunately retired. So a father and son duo, Kuldar Ilus and Robin Ilus, both have retired at the moment. Let's see, maybe Robin Ilus will get his car together and comes back, but he went off the driver's stand already.
They still have 18 minutes if they want to drive, so...
Yeah, you're not going to finish last if you come back.
Definitely.
Because we have 4 drivers who have less than 21 laps, which will still give you at least 8th position if you come back in the return. Or actually you have the 8th position. You might get like a 7th or so.
Yep, that's true. So we see number 11 car, Andreas Delp, coming into the pit lane.
Does it seem to me that number 11 car had some kind of a steering issue coming to the left? Now we see number 12 also again stopping. Carl Christopher Kundla really has some technical issues. A lot of the times his car was just stopped on the track.
Yep, Carl Christopher.
Anyway, we see again the fight between Reimo Kosk and Romet Virkus, the car with the antenna. No, now the fight is still again over. It was at the start-finish line, but somehow maybe Virkus went into the pit for a second.
Yep, Romet is coming off the line, or coming into the pit stop.
Now we see number 9 car, Romet Virkus, is coming into the pit, which might give Reimo Kosk the chance to rise again.
Reimo makes a mistake in the middle of the track.
Yes, exactly. Now, while we were talking about Reimo Kosk, he made a flip to the roof.
It seems like the names we mentioned make mistakes on the track.
Yeah, crashing. Maybe we should start naming only numbers.
Yeah. Nonetheless, we are following Reimo Kosk at the moment on the track.
Yeah, because he is closest one to the battling position.
Yep.
He is just 3 seconds behind Margus Hanvere, which at least gives us hope that he will gain a position or will fight for a position But currently we saw a leader, second place driver Henrik Lineman overtaking the back markers.
So now Reimo is chasing Margus Anvere.
And now we are soon going to see the orange car of Karl Kasekamp, who is the leader. He is in the first hairpin. Yep. Oh, now it was Reimo Kosk flipping again. But now we see Karl Kasekamp, who is the leader, current leader. We actually missed the moment when Henrik Lineman lost his good lead to Karl Kasekamp.
Yep, lots going on this track.
Or did you see the position change between these two guys?
Nope, didn't manage to catch that, but
but
the fact is that Karl is in the lead.
Yeah, but Henrik Lineman is of course a little bit faster driver, so he might still get the position, not the position per se, but he might be able to close the gap at least. Although it's more than 20, it's almost 20 seconds between them, so it's like a lap, 2/3 of a lap. Maybe something's wrong with Henrik's car.
Henrik definitely has the skills to close the gap, but Karl is not
maybe we should
going to make it easy.
Blue and white car of Henrik Lineman, who was the leader for more than half of the race, but now somehow has lost the speed a little bit. It seems to me that the acceleration is gone.
Yep, it seems a little slow on the straight.
No more top speed or no more acceleration. Something has happened to the engine probably.
Probably, yeah, something to do with the tuning. I think we saw some wrenching when Henrik came to the pit stop earlier. Maybe the change wasn't the best one. We'll see what happens in the next pit stop.
True. Yeah, of course you don't want to come in the pit too early. You're just going to lose more time. So better to just show your mechanics that I'm a little bit slow. Maybe you have to do something to correct it. Let's do it at the next time when we come in for refueling.
Yep, a lot of planning has to go into the pit stops strategy, and if something mechanical happens on the track, you have to decide when and how to come into the pit stop.
Okay, but I think now we should see how our third place driver Domantas Sesiulis is doing. The yellow car in the back.
So Domantas is
let's see
approaching.
The yellow car of Domantas Sesiulis.
Domantas approaching the finish line.
How he is doing, because he is the third place driver currently. We still see the second place, Henrik Lineman, from our drone.
Domantas 54 laps, Henrik Lineman 55 laps, and Karl Kasekamp 56 laps.
So now we see the third place driver, Domantas Sesiulis, a Lithuanian representative.
Domantas
He's also doing quite a lot of mistakes, probably a little bit tired now.
Yep, we are coming close to 10 minutes being left of this race. The drivers definitely are getting tired, and the focus is not so good anymore.
And of course many of the drivers, they are competing in 2 or even 3 classes.
Exactly.
Not just one. So it's a long day, long weekend for everybody.
Yep, the practices started on Friday. Full qualification day yesterday, so a lot of driving has been done already. So, but that is RC racing.
And now we saw the third place driver Domantas Sesiulis coming in for refueling, and he's back on the track again. The gaps are actually quite big already. Karl Kasekamp still leading, 20 seconds in front of Henrik Lineman, 1 minute 14 seconds in front of Domantas Sesiulis, and almost 4 minutes in front of Janus Saare, who is on the 4th place. So already quite a big gap, and it seems to me that not many drivers are able to even attack Karl Kasekamp in any way. Even if he breaks down or has to do some repairs, he would still probably exit in the 1st place, extending his lead all the time now.
Yep, following Karl at the moment. Made some little mistakes on the rhythm section back there.
Yeah, now we see the Karl Kasekamp leading, the bright orange car.
Coming onto the big jump.
Doing a really nice drive.
In the middle of the track, going there in the number 3 Marshall spot. Doing the double.
We see again the number 12, Karl Christopher Gundla, who is constantly struggling with his car. Now we see them refueling it. Only 28 laps in, so it's 33 laps behind the leader.
So less than 10 minutes to go. Less than 10 minutes to go.
And a fun fact, Robin Ilus, who retired on lap 39, he is in 8th place currently. And the car which we saw just previously, Karl Christopher Gundla, is predicted to only get 37 laps. So a retired driver, Robin Ilus, is actually going to finish in front of a driver who is probably going to finish.
Yep.
If this sounds logical.
That's only possible in Nitro Buggy finals.
Of course, it's a long ride, long drive. Now we see Henrik Lineman in the pits, coming out of the pits. But Henrik Lineman has actually closed the gap to Karl Kasekamp a little bit. Just 10.5 seconds behind Karl Kasekamp. Unless, of course, he makes a big mistake or anything. Now it's again a little bit bigger a mistake.
Everything is possible.
Yeah, still 18 seconds between Karl Kasekamp and Henrik Lineman.
Tomantas Tejul is currently running in the number 3 spot. So we're following Henrik Lineman at the moment.
And now we shall start seeing number 8 driver Margus Hanvere, who is just a little bit less than 7 seconds behind Roomet Virkus. Yeah, if Margus Hanvere now does good job, then he might be able to catch Roomet Virkus. Or he's just a pit stop away, because a pit stop, I counted, it takes around 7 seconds including fueling. You come off the track, you lose like 2 seconds, fueling itself 4 seconds, and then coming off the track, on the track again, and 2 seconds again.
Yep, it's basically a third of the lap times that you lose with a pit stop. So
exactly, so it's a pit stop away, but of course now Margus Hanvere just made a flip, so making the gap a little bit bigger from 6 seconds to 8.5 seconds. So come on, you have to focus now. Give us a good battle. I hope Margus Hanvere can hear this, that he has to push hard to give us a good battle against Roomet Virkus. We really want to see the battle.
yeah, easy to say to a driver who has been driving for 38 minutes on the track. Come on, do it, guys.
Yeah, it's not that hard, right?
Yeah.
We've been standing here for 39 minutes.
Yeah, you'll be doing nothing, just standing there.
Anyway, of course, it's really, really tough. Needs a lot of concentration. Stuff on the car, stuff on the drivers.
Yep, a lot of times you see the guys coming off the driver's stand and their arms are shaking and their legs are shaking because it's so tense up there. So,
of course, it's adrenaline rush.
And we're coming up to the 5-minute marker. 5 minutes to go.
It seems to me that Margus actually heard us because he has closed the gap like 3 seconds. So 8 more to go and then we have a battle.
Nice one. Somebody actually listens to us.
Exactly. He's pushing so hard that he ended up on his roof again. Unfortunately, that means he extended the gap again. Too bad for us. We really hope to have a good battle.
So Margus had a pit stop. Karl Kasekamp also had a pit stop in the meanwhile.
Yeah, giving Henrik Lineman a little chance to close it a little bit, the gap.
So it's nice to see that we have 2 drivers on the same lap on the track. Karl Kasekamp and Henrik Lineman. 40 minutes of racing and
half a lap of difference for these 2 guys.
Still anything can happen, so let's see if Henrik can do something about this, that Karl is in the lead. So maybe we have to cheer Henrik a bit.
Now we should start seeing a number, or the blue car of Henrik, who is in the 2nd place. Henrik Lineman, 8 seconds behind the leader. So truly anything could happen also. We only have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left for this battle.
So Henrik currently coming off the finish line. Oh, Henrik coming in.
Too bad. He was 9 seconds behind and it will lose him around 7 seconds.
So Karl already did a pit stop and I think he won't be coming in anymore.
Probably no, definitely not. There's no need for that. And even now the gap is something like 16 seconds, which means even if Karl Kasekamp has to come into pit, so he would still finish with around 9-second lead. If nothing happens.
3 minutes left.
Exactly, if nothing happens. We still have 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go of this race. Karl in the lead at the moment. So we're following Karl Kasekamp.
Yeah, the leader.
Leader of this race. Coming up on some traffic. Tomantas is in front of him. Tomantas is on lap 70, but Karl Kasekamp already lap 73.
Yeah, 3 laps ahead and soon will overtake for the 4th time.
Yeah. Now Henrik Lineman comes off the line. 22-second gap between Karl and Henrik. 2 minutes to go until the end of this race.
So 4 more laps.
2 minutes left.
Maybe 5.
Probably 5 laps, yeah.
Yeah, because the leader is expected to do 78 laps. And the 2nd place driver is 77 laps, probably. Currently they are on their 74th and 73rd lap, respectively.
Let's hope that Karl came in to the pit in the correct time and he won't run out of fuel. And Karl makes a mistake. He was on his roof for a second, but managed to keep the car on the wheels. And that's probably a good news for Henrik. But is it enough to try to catch Karl?
We'll see. Probably not. Unfortunately, probably not.
We only have 1 minute left of this race. 1 minute left.
So 2 laps more, or maybe 3.
1 minute left.
Yeah, probably 3. 18
seconds lead for Karl.
That's enough. That's probably enough to gain the Baltic Championship title.
It should be enough. We will
45
see. We
seconds
have
left.
40 seconds to go. We are following the leader of this race, Karl Kasekamp, in the orange car with white wheels.
So the leader is soon going to go on his last lap.
30 seconds left.
So this is his 77th lap.
Really nice driving by Karl. You can see how he controls the car mid-air. You can see the wheels turning, playing with the throttle.
Oh!
And you can
Big
see
flip.
him hitting the
15 seconds
ground
left.
really hard.
And that was actually a very weird flip, like full speed and then
Probably,
flip and then full speed
probably there was a
5.
loose rock or a hole in the track already.
again. Probably,
Wow.
yeah. But now he's on his last lap, so
And the time is up. Time is up, and
Marcus
now
Sandberg
we're
done.
just waiting for the drivers to finish their races.
exactly. So
Roman
he will
Marcus done.
definitely do 78
Hendrik
laps.
Lineman done.
Henrik Lineman has finished 77 laps,
Yep, and Karl
number 2 spot. with
Kasekamp
that.
is winning the race.
RcMulk done.
And the winner
Commander
is
CJ Willis
coming
done.
over the line,
Karl Kasekamp done.
and that
Hooray.
is Karl Kasekamp, the Baltic champion of Nitro Buggies.
Karl Kasekamp first place, Hendrik Lineman second place, and the Lithuanian Domantas Sesiulis third
Janis
place.
Saar done.
Janus
All
Saare
drivers are
fourth,
finished.
Romet Virkus fifth, Margus Hanvere sixth, Reimo Kosk seventh, and he is also the last finisher with 63 laps, 15 laps behind Karl Kasekamp.
The race is
And
completed.
now we have the first retirement, Robin Ilus with 39 laps. Karl Christopher Gundla, 34 laps, unfortunately also retired. Andreas Tölt, 21 laps. Richard Lineman, 18 laps. And Kuldar Ilus with only 8 laps, unfortunately.
So that was some really tense Nitro RC racing, really a great final. A lot of things happened.
That
Not
was
so fortunate for some drivers. We definitely would have wanted to see the battle between Robin and Karl and Henrik and Tomantas. He would probably give them some hard times, but that is RC racing.
And maybe we could do an interview with winners as well. I would really like to hear from Karl how he took the first place. Maybe he can come to the tower, or we can come down if our microphones will work. Probably do. So where is the winner? Väga vinge, Karl. Very good race. Where did you take your first place? Because a long time you were actually in the second place.
Yeah, I had problems getting through the traffic, so I had to be careful and take my time and do slower in the traffic. So I got some time there, and Henrik made two mistakes in the long corner, in the RcMulk corner, so it took time to marshals to get and help me up. So I got my time there, and in the end my engine started dying and making weird noises in the straight. So I think we need to do some branching to the next race, and I hope everything will be good.
Okay, but I think Henrik also lost some time somewhere with that he was also slowing down a little bit. So both of you had some technical issues then.
Yes, I think he told his dad to fix or try to wrench his engine 2 times, so he also had problems with his engine.
Well, okay, thank you, and enjoy your Baltic title.
ja siit edasi on meil sõitelis 4 sõitu veel, Open Classi, Short Course'i ja elektripagide finaalid, viimased 3. sõidud. Ja Open Classiga alustame umbes 1,5 minuti pärast, peaks siis avame raja. So we'll open the track in 1 minute and 20 seconds for the Open Class.
Four minutes to the start of the race.
Ja rada on avatud Open Classi soojenduseks. Track is open. For the next race warm up.
Three minutes to the start of the race.
2 minutit soojenduse lõpuni. 2 more minutes left of the warm up. Short course class drivers, please prepare for marshalling.
Two minutes to the start of the race.